Hello and welcome to Woolly Hats Wednesday Whip on a Thursday again. Sorry I missed it yesterday, but I was a bit tired and I thought you would better appreciate me at my full best rather than a sleepy mode. Anyway, today we're going to have a special Olympic version of Woolly Hats Wednesday Whip. It was 2012 when the Olympics came to London. Mr. W and I went to Much Wenlock for a little day out. We didn't have tickets to the Olympics, but this was the nearest thing we could get. And we went to a lovely little museum in Much Wenlock where they had lots of things on the Olympic Games they had in Much Wenlock that inspired the resurrection of the International Olympic Games. And I was intrigued to see that one of the things that they did, as well as running and skipping and things like that, they had knitting competitions. And so I was wondering if we had knitting competitions today, what it would be. We've got the sewing bee, so they do various things there. So what could we have as a knitting competition? It's quite difficult to do it in time, but it's about quality and things like that. So I guess best cast on, or best hat, or best bit of fair isle, whatever, I don't know. Anyway, I just thought you might be amused and interested in that. But the other thing about the Olympics, of course, is that knitting and crochet have hit the headlines for the Olympic Games, and that's because the lovely Tom Daley, who I can't believe is only 28, has won himself a gold medal with his partner for his dive. Having been in a swimming club much younger, I do appreciate how difficult it is, and I did get up on the diving boards but didn't really make it much past the first bouncy one. That was enough for me. Anyway, so the great thing about Tom Daley is that over the last few years he's taken up knitting and crochet, and he uses it to calm himself down in between games and matches and things, and obviously it's paid off because he's won his gold. Not only has he won his gold, but he's knit himself a little case for, I don't know if you've seen it on social media, it's a little case for his gold medal, and he's got a little Union Jack on and a little heart on the back. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the technique, it's called intarsia, which is where you roll little balls and use them to create pictures and things. So I think that is absolutely wonderful, and I've seen lots of pictures of it on the social media for both knitting and for sport, so that is absolutely fantastic. So well done Tom Daley for winning his gold and for knitting himself his own thing. Now you will see I've got my own medals here. I just thought I'd take the opportunity to show them off. This one I got in 2001, I ran 5k around Chester. I did it in about 36 minutes, which is not bad for somebody who's never run before, and I practiced running. I had 2 weeks in Salamanca with my friend Ray, girly friend Ray, and we were learning Spanish, and we stayed in Salamanca, which is a lovely wall town, very historical town, and I used to run around the walls, which is what I did in Chester when I ran the 5k, more virtually running around the walls, but it's quite hilly as Chester, some hilly bits. Anyway, so that was my first medal, and I thought that was the only medal I was ever going to get because I'm not a natural runner. Anyway, for those of you who know, I took up running about 18 months ago to run the Welshpool 10k, inspired by my friend Gillian. And this is the medal I got for that. Now, the race was actually cancelled 2 weeks before it took part because of, guess what, COVID. But because they couldn't really, it's got the date on, they couldn't really reuse them. They sent us to them anyway. So this is a lovely picture of Powys Castle. A fantastic medal, isn't it? So we did actually do a lot of training, and we were running very hard, and hopefully one day they'll run it again, because of course they couldn't do it this year because that was March, so potentially next year. So guess what? I think I'm going to have to knit myself a case, or even crochet myself a case for my medals, and perhaps if I do one in March next year at Welshpool, I'll have to do another one. Anyway, so that'll be exciting. I have to think about what to do. What shall I put on it? A Welsh dragon? A Yorkshire rose? Who knows? So that is great news, and I'm loving watching the Olympics. I hope you are too, and it's good to see so many British medals. So just a shout out, if you want to learn to knit yourself a medal case, then I'm doing my learn to knit classes. I'm also doing learn to crochet classes in October. The crochet starts on the 6th of October, the knit starts on the 7th, and if you've got any friends or relatives that might want to learn to knit in Chester, then please let them know. If you book before the 8th of August, I'm giving you an early bird discount of £5, so it'll be £60 instead of £65. And of course you get all your knitting and crochet, needles and wool, and a free project pack as well. So what's not to like? So that's the end of this Olympic special. I hope you're having a fab week, and I hope to see you next week. Bye for now.